Hi, Sean O'Rourke here with another manga reaction, and I meant to do one of these during my first week here doing these on YouTube, but I didn't get around to it, so we're going to be doing two today of a very interesting, disturbing, action-packed series that is, I guess, near and dear to my heart with that setup, Chainsaw Man. When this first came out about a year ago, maybe a little bit more than that now, pretty much just started reading it based on that initial chapter release, just the fucking teaser for it, or the icon, if you will, on Fizz's website. Really jumped out at me, just this dude with a fucking chainsaw. And we found out a lot since then. I'm not going to really break down my history with this other than that. That's essentially it. I've been reading it ever since then. So where I left off, chapter 78, was this fucking snowball fight. Okay. So first of all with this arc, Makima, as we know that Denji is madly in love with for whatever reason, she tells them, "Oh, the Gun Devil's dead. It's been killed. It's been dead for years. We're not doing that." And obviously, we find out over the course of a few chapters there, and some really fucking disturbing stuff. Like, remember that chapter of Attack on Titan that just came out without actually going into it? About in that territory, if not way worse. Of just the Gun Devil just fucking being activated by Makima and just shooting a shit ton of people in a matter of seconds. Like, if this show ever gets an anime, I am going to be interested to see how that's animated. But anybody out there reacting to this stuff during those chapters probably was losing their goddamn minds. But, between the plot and the length of those reactions are probably pretty short. Makima, I guess, is the control devil. It was kind of hinted all along that she had a ulterior motive throughout this series up to this point of why she does what she does and how she coaxes people, and you find out that essentially has the ability to tell people what to do and then they just do it. In that really fucked up chapter with Aki and the angel dude with the halo and whatever the fuck his name is. But Aki, I guess, in his mind's eye is just seeing a snowball fight, but in fact he has fucking weapons, assault rifles and machine guns or all kinds of stuff like that attached to his body, and he is just destroying this town unbeknownst to him. He literally has a gun coming out of his forehead. And some kind of, it almost looks like an AR-15 attached to his arm, If, I know nothing about guns, I'm just making an assumption here. It kind of looks like that. And, the last chapter I read, 78 again, ended with Aki going, "But now my life has finally gotten kind of fun." In his mind's eye, being a kid having a snowball fight. Pegs Denji right in the chest here with the snowball, and we flash back to reality, and Denji is bleeding out on the ground. His intestines look like they have left his body. I don't know how I waited 2 or 3 weeks to read this. I'm fucking insane. But we're going to jump into this. Predictions. Sometimes I have predictions, sometimes I don't. I've noticed doing this so far and just over years of reading this kind of stuff, watching it, you know how it goes. Media. This is a really hard series to predict. More so than like a Dr. Stone or a Black Clover that constantly try to surprise you with the direction that their authors take it. This is like on a different fucking level. Like literally anything can happen. I mean, we had like several chapters where they were in hell, and that was that was fucking something else, let me tell you. So at the risk of repeating myself, I'm gonna hop into chapter 79. Man, starting out rough, man. Color spread here of Aki, Power, and Denji as kids at a fucking aquarium, as if it's a Polaroid. We even have the date on here, 6/12. And Chainsaw Man by Tatsuki Fujimoto. Chapter 79, Play Catch. Man, for such a short series so far, 78 chapters, 79 chapters is not short, but for a series that has only been running for like a year and change, I don't want to see any of these characters die. I mean, people die all the time in this series, but these are the three that I'm really attached to, and I'm assuming people in general are that have been following this series, and I think one of them's going to die. I mean, there was that whole prediction of Aki's going to kill both of them. Or Denji's going to kill Power, I think it was. Either way, it's not looking good for this trio. And we go back to where the last chapter ended with, again, Denji on the ground looking like he's KO'd with his guts pouring out of him. And Aki still thinks they're just having a snowball fight. And as a kid, he goes, giving up? And Denji gets up, leaving his intestines on the ground, mind you. I mean, he'll grow them back, I suppose. And some really fucking intimidating shot of Denji standing there with those chainsaw arms and head. And Aki goes, that's more like it. And he goes to throw a snowball, and it cuts to what's actually happening. And he's just blowing Denji away with these machine guns. And Denji, part of his fucking stomach gets blown away, actually, where those intestines are hanging out. And they just go flying like hot dogs. And Denji comes in with a chainsaw arm. Boom! Right onto the gun, spinning it. And it cuts to Aki as a kid in this snowball fight, getting hit by a snowball. And he goes, my hands are getting cold. And Denji is just shouting as blood is just coming off his head, essentially. Go, turn back, turn back, turn back, turn back into Aki. Oh my God. We get this amazing panel of Aki's, head pistol powering up and firing it. It's like a fucking laser through this town, just destroying buildings. And Aki's smiling, because again, thinks he's in a snowball fight. Just fucking destruction. We go to the next page. Holy shit. Denji is bleeding like a motherfucker. There's an arm on the ground, under some rubble. Oh, that's his arm. Oh my God, that's his arm, because you can see the chainsaw attached to it. And both of his legs are either no longer attached to his body, or he's just bleeding heavily from the kneecaps. I think it's a little bit of both. This is a Shonen Jump property, by the way, if you're not sure at home. If you're not clear on that. And he's gargling blood. And there's just civilians watching him, these fucking Akira extras. And, oh shit, I forgot about that. They're probably under control of Santa Claus. And this girl comes in with a fucking knife and goes to stab Denji. Oh my God. She stabs herself in the hand, gives him some blood, and goes, save us, please. Okay, so they're not Santa Claus puppets. They know how this shit works. They live in this world. They know how to help Denji save them, essentially. She says, save us, please. I don't want to die. They're all feeding him blood. Holy shit. We saw you on TV. I have kids. You gotta save them. And Denji's legs regrow, so I guess they were totally gone. Oh my God. This is fucking... Talk about bleak. People say the end of Terminator 3 is bleak. This is fucking bleak. This kid holding this other kid, who is very clearly dead, by the way, saying, help. ... Some grim-ass shit. We get this kind of longer panel of Denji close up on the face and Aki kind of standing in the sunlight. And it's pretty imposing. And we go to the next page, and Kid Aki, is just getting peppered with snowballs now. Going, whoa, whoa, great shots. Okay, take this. Huh? As he's winding back. And then he kind of lowers his hand, and he looks perturbed. Denji, Kid Denji, by the way, crying, about to hit him with a snowball. And Aki's like, how come you're crying? And he gets hit in the head with a snowball. I've never seen you cry before. That's a good fucking point. Denji's pretty... I mean, I wouldn't say he's emotionless. I mean, they had that whole stuff with Rezi, however you say that. And Makima put an end to that shit, unfortunately for Denji. And I guess he hits him with another snowball. And Aki hits the ground. He's not making snow angels here, folks. And he goes, okay, I lose. I don't like snowball fights anyway. They just make your hands cold. And he's looking around. Huh? Denji? We go to the next page. It looks like he is just standing in a fucking salt flat. I mean, I know it's supposed to be snow, but there's these pillars going up. Trees, I suppose. Big brother! Oh no! Yeah, right, his family got killed by the gun devil. How could I ever forget? I got the ball and gloves. Oh yeah, I wanted to play catch. I think that's literally when his family was killed. Was something along these scenarios. I mean, they showed it, I don't remember. but it was in this kind of ballpark. No pun intended. Holy shit. We go to the next page, and we get essentially this double-page spread of Chainsaw Man. I think Aki ain't coming back from this. I don't know how the fuck he does. Chainsaw Man has both fists in his chest, and this guy has just intestines coming out of his back. I guess this is supposed to be in the dream? Whatever you want to call it, the vision that he's having. It's like Chainsaw Man is melting like snow, like a chainsaw snowman. And Denji is just standing there now with blood all over his face. Oh my god. I am kind of speechless right now. We cut to Denji on the ground, kneeling, looking up. And Aki, he is fucking dead. And this devil, fuck, I forget his name. Basically the one that Aki made a pact with and told him, oh, when you die, you're going to have the most painful death possible, essentially. And he's kind of talking to himself. He goes, ha ha ha, Aki Hayakawa, you died in the worst way possible. For the Chainsaw Boy. Right, not for him per se. He actually kind of went peacefully at the end of the day. I mean, I'm sure mentally, like, if he knew what was going on, he would have been torn up inside, but he really didn't even know what was happening. Well, we see this shot of Aki on the ground, motionless. This is gonna destroy Denji. Wow. It's fucking heavy. He's dead. He's fucking dead. He ain't coming back. Straight up. This last page, this double page spread, he is playing catch with his dead brother. I guess he's finally at peace. Okay. That's the chapter. I gotta admit, it's been a while in any series I read, I mean, where a character has actually died that I was this taken aback, to be honest. And maybe, taken aback is maybe the wrong word. We kind of saw this coming. It was hinted at and telegraphed to a point. There's the word I was looking for. But Denji is gonna be, again, I said, destroyed mentally from this. And I guess Aki gets his happy ending in some capacity. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he would have much preferred to stay alive a little longer to see the Gun Devil taken care of. If this was a regular video, I don't know how I would even end this. Okay, so rating, 10 out of 10. I'm speechless. I'm literally speechless here. Like, I'm going back and looking at some of these panels, and it's just, like, incredible. Aki's death, essentially, in this one panel where Denji has all the chainsaws in him, and you see the shot of Denji just looking beyond distraught, honestly, and you go to that next page, and he's sitting there kneeling. Man, this is fucking hard. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen next. I guess the idea is Makima did this so that Denji would have no one else to go to no other shoulder to cry on. Again, we actually saw Denji cry in this chapter. That's kind of fucking crazy when you put it into perspective. Denji and Power need each other more than they ever have before, and it's... I don't even know what to say. I'm just going to go into the next chapter. I guess final predictions on this would be that I think we're just going to keep going from here. We might go to Makima. She was engaging the Gun Devil the last time we saw her. Whatever the fuck happened with that. Did she kill it? Was that just... we don't know. That's the only other thing. So maybe go to Makima, but I think we're going to stay with Denji after this shit. Okay. Chainsaw Man, Chapter 80. A Dog's Feelings. They're just beating you over the head with this. Aki died. And it's Power and Denji looking at, I guess, his savings account. And he said, he'd apparently saved up a good chunk of money. His will left half to me, and the other half to Himeno's family. Oh, God, remember that. Jesus. This series doesn't mess around. And I've heard his previous series, Fujimoto Fire Punch, I think it's called, is similar in that sense. So I may have to eventually visit that. Maybe I'll do it on this channel. I don't know. But for now, really, as disturbing as it is, and as gobsmacked as I am right now. It's one of the best series going on at the moment. So let's continue. I used the money to rent a place. The apartment I picked is cramped, but has a view. Obviously, this is Denji talking. Also, me and Power pigged out on good food. Yeah, they used this entire bank statement. I tried eel for the first time and liked it a lot. Yeah, eel's good. Eel roll, little dragon roll for you. Little avocado. We bought a bunch of video games and we're playing them non-stop anytime we weren't working. Once we got bored of that, we watched movies and stuff. I mean, I guess you gotta get your mind off it somehow, right? Like, there's an implied passage of time here. We go to the next page and Denji says to Power, I'm gonna go buy ice cream. You want anything? And she goes, a rice ball with meat. I love Power. So he goes off on his little convenience store trip. And he stops at a bench. Sees Naruto there crying. No, he doesn't do that. But he does sit down. Eats a popsicle stick. Just like Naruto. Just gonna go all the way with that fucking reference. And he licks it down to the end and it says he's a winner. I killed Aki. This is eating him away. How could it not? Oh my god. So we go to the next page and Denji is just throwing up, I guess at the thought of what happened with Aki. And he just starts crying and wipes away the tears. And now looking at his puke, which contains his ice pop, apparently. What a waste. Denji's fucking not doing too well. Maybe the Naruto comparison wasn't too far off. He needs a new father figure. Maybe it'll be that fucking guy with the glass jaw smile that wanted to take out Makima. And he thinks to himself, my head's all jumbled up from the moment I wake up to the moment I fall asleep. No matter what I watch or think about, it all goes to crap. Even good food doesn't taste good anymore. My brain must have turned into crap. And he's laying down on the bench, thinking to himself, and he goes, Puchita, oh, you motherfucker. Here comes Makima. What are you doing, Denji? Miss Makima, I want a free ice cream. She grabs his hand. Oh no, your hands are freezing. Oh, that's cool. Cold hands aren't gonna kill me. Aki's hands. We just read it. Plus I want ice cream. Oh, that's good. When you're cold physically, you end up feeling down emotionally too. Uh-huh. Denji, stand up. Woof. We'll call back to earlier. Different, he was obviously being like her pet dog. He looks... Man, you gotta feel for this guy. It's the first major loss he's had since Puchita, if you think about it. Like, he's lost other friends, but Aki was like... friend/mentor, let's be real. And Makima, I really hate you. I hate this character so much. I guess it's an effective job by the author. She goes, good boy. Come over to my place. We'll drink some warm tea together. Ooh, yeah, okay. Denji doesn't even give a fuck anymore. And they walk home. Jesus, what does she live in, the fucking Ritz-Carlton? This massive fucking luxury apartment. She goes, man, she's got money. I live on the second and third floors, so that's something. He goes, uh-huh. Oh, I almost forgot. Are you okay with dogs? Here we are. And she opens the door. Holy shit, this woman's got like 10 huskies. They're all barking and licking her up. He goes, nah, okay, I know, I'm home. Oh, that's Makima. He goes, and Denji's like, ugh. That's right. It's my new person. Isn't that nice? Or it's a new person. You know how dogs are. Whenever they see a new person, they flip. That's right. It's a new person. Isn't that nice? That's Denji. Can you tell him? I rough you. I rough you. Rough you, Denji repeats. And he's sitting there loving up all these dogs. Man, Makima is one son of a bitch doing this to him. There's black tea, green tea, and roasted rice tea. Which do you want? He goes, the one that tastes the best? Clearly not a tea drinker. Go to the next page. Here, have some tiramisu too. I made it myself. What? Tiramisu's good. But I would not eat Makima's tiramisu. The dogs, they want some. Sorry, boys, you can't have that. Oh, not you, silly. I wasn't calling for you. And Denji's kind of watching her going, what? Oh, this one's name is Tiramisu. That's me, I'm Tiramisu. Little speech bubble for the dog. Alright, that was kind of cute. It's a shame it's Makima. I have to keep reminding myself who this character is constantly. playing mind games with the reader even. The one you're petting, that's Cream Puff. She names all her dogs after pastries, I guess. Yes, that's right, you're getting belly rubs, aren't you, a lucky dog? Aren't you? Yes, my Creamy has a nice belly. Man, I don't get this woman's angle. Who wants a doggy treat? And all the dogs flip out, and they're all on top of her. She hands the treats out. And Denji bites into the tiramisu, and he looks slightly happier, and he starts petting these dogs. Denji thinks to himself, this is like the best place in the world, as he looks at Makima being licked up in an angle that very clearly emphasizes her chest, by the way. Just gonna say that. And they grab hands, and Makima, pulls his hand up like this, so they're kind of like this in the seat. And she goes, good, your ham's warmed up. Your hams? Your hands. And he goes, yes, the best way to warm up cold hands is to touch living things. And Denji goes, Miss Makima, thanks a bunch. What for? My brain feels a little bit better because of you. By the way, it's her fault all this shit fucking happened. And she grabs him on the head like he's a fucking dog. He's just like a dog to her. Yes, you've been through so much. You did a good job surviving. You're a very good boy, Denji. Just incredible to me. And he goes, it's not what it looks like, I guess, because he was like hugging her or whatever. And all the dogs are going in, licking him and stuff, and he's laughing. Denji finally having a happy moment, poor guy. She goes, Denji, you've saved me too. So, do you remember our promise? Oh God, from the first chapter. Huh? Tell me the wish you want me to grant. Okay, so obviously he wanted to touch her boobs. That was the original thing. Be with Makima, essentially, at the end of the day. But I'm thinking he wants Aki back. He's had a change of heart. He is no longer this selfish, like, dude who's just fucking going through life like it doesn't matter. This is not going the way I thought it would. But, Denji is hugging this dog. And there's this pretty incredible panel, I'm not gonna lie, of the dog looking up at Denji, and there's all these shots of the earth, in different sizes, kind of surrounding him. When he's standing in front of one, where Japan would be specifically. And he goes, a dog. I want to be your dog. Man, this guy's vulnerable. And she is playing him like a fucking fiddle. Like, you look at the way her eyes are drawn. This was all super intentional. Again, she's the control demon. Are these really even her dogs? Did she just tell these dogs, I gotta get this guy to fucking believe me. Boom, 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 touches all these dogs or just activates them. She can do it verbally and just gets, show up. I doubt that. She probably is, evil people have dogs. Let's be real. Hitler, I think, even had a fucking dog. She gonna turn him into a dog? I highly doubt that, but it could happen, I guess. This panel is really striking to me, too. This one I was just talking about with him standing in front of these different locations on Earth. I wonder if I'm missing some context there, or if it was just something cool to be drawn, so it was put there. Not really sure. This chapter, if the last one was a 10 out of 10, this is more like a 7. Setting shit up, transition chapter for sure. You definitely got the feels for Denji in this chapter. Again, I hate to keep making the comparison because it's not even remotely close to the same thing, but Naruto, Denji, ship it in. If you know what I'm talking about, might make a little sense. If not, go fucking watch or read Naruto. It's the series has been done for years now. What's your excuse? In a Chainsaw Man video, that's I'm coming at you over Naruto. Predictions. Again, does he get turned into a dog? I highly doubt that. Clearly, she's got him wrapped around her fucking finger here, and he's none the wiser. That's about all I can say. I don't know. This ends in such a way that I just don't know where it's gonna go. Did she kill the Gun Devil? For real this time? Did she control the Gun Devil? Has she been in control of the Gun Devil? Actually, I guess we don't, because the Gun Devil was hired to kill Makima and it didn't work, as we recall. That was the whole thing. So it makes you wonder, the first time that he killed all those people, Aki's family and all these other people, was it to also kill Makima and it failed? Probably. I guess they're gonna bring this thread out longer. Everyone that knows she is the Control Devil is dead, as far as we know. Again, minus that guy with the glass jaw smile. Kisabe, maybe? Kishibe. I looked it up real quick. That guy who in previous chapters was essentially trying to take out Makima. Doing it with the Halloween girl and her crew. And oh god, that really... Talk about a chapter that pissed me off when Makima took them out. That, every fucking arc this woman does something crazy to piss me off. And I guess, again, it's just, it's good writing. But don't have much else to say here. We got a 10 and a 7. Both fucking solid chapters. I don't even think this series has had a bad chapter. Maybe some mediocre ones. Maybe some that just blew my fucking mind so much that I thought I was in a Richard Stanley nightmare for a minute. But... like, this chapter doesn't have me speechless. I'm still thinking about the one prior to this, fucking 78. Looking forward to the next one, let's be quite honest. I really want to know where this is going. I took a few weeks off reading this, like I said earlier in the video, and back in it, ready for the next one. Can't wait. Look forward to that, and I've got one more video planned for this week. I'm gonna do a little ranking of all of the properties that I've reacted to so far. And that's about it. That's all I got to say for this one. I've been Sean O'Rourke, and thanks for watching.